Welcome to a quick look around my recording studio. The reason for this departure from my normal style of videos is because I've just bought a new keyboard for the studio. Tomorrow there is a recording session in the studio and I need to use this keyboard, but it's so complicated I have to figure it out. And I've spent all of today doing just that. And now I have a good idea how the keyboard works, so I'll be able to use it tomorrow. It is called a KORG KRONOS 2 ES, and with an 88-note keyboard it's much bigger than the rest of the keyboards in the studio. On the back wall of the studio live these two keyboards. The bottom keyboard with the red on it is called a KORG SV1, and it's a good keyboard is this. It's got a very heavy piano-style action. The keyboard on the top is called a Roland System 8, and this has quite an analog sound, but it's digitally controlled. This is not the keyboard scrapyard in the studio. Both of these keyboards are very good, and I use a silver one, the Yamaha Tyros 4, for practice purposes. And both of these keyboards are part of my live system. This is the important part of the studio. I use a digital audio workstation called Pro Tools 12, and I run it on 3 monitors. It makes it easier. It saves a lot of page changing. I can have 3 pages open at once. And here, all 88 notes of it is the KORG KRONOS that I've just bought. Even though this has 88 notes, it doesn't have a piano action. I was taught on organ, not on piano, so I'm not really a good piano player at all. I prefer a lighter touch, and this one's really good. I'm going to doodle about on it. I haven't taken the audio into the camera properly, it's just on the microphone. And therefore the sound quality on this video is not doing it justice. The KORG KRONOS has been in production for about 11 years, and there are really nice things on it. Look at this, I can open the lid on the piano, and yes, it affects the sound. All of the sound patches in this very quick make it up as you go along demo are factory presets. And all I have to do is simply play the notes. That's the difficult part. There are so many sounds to choose from. Yes, I've heard them all before, different choirs, different synths, but this is a really good keyboard. And the collection of sounds on this keyboard are made by no less than 9 completely separate sound engines. Even most of the organs sound good, which is quite unusual. I particularly like the groove and feel of this patch. I've played Hammond organs now for so many years, I'm a bit of a purist. My favourite Hammond tone wheel organ emulator is this Nord Electro 5D. I tweaked it internally, mainly with the EQs and levels, and I do like the sound of this, and I've used it live and it sounds great. In this clip I'm using one of my Yamaha Tyros 4 keyboards. All I'm doing is playing the chords with my left hand and the keyboard does the rest. All of the audio is via the camera's mic. The large click that you've just heard is just the spring inside the switch that switches the Leslie from slow to fast and fast to slow. As a real bonus, the Nord Electro 5D doesn't weigh quite as much as the Hammond C3. There are so many sounds on this KORG KRONOS I haven't got through them all yet. Here's a selection of portamento sound effects. Quite good for soloing. My marks out of 10 for this keyboard are about 9 at the moment. I don't just have all these keyboards to be flash, every one of them has its place in the studio. This one is called a Matrix Brute. It really is not very good for country and western music, but it does have its benefits for other musical forms. All of the keyboards that you've just seen are routed into the digital audio workstation, also known as Pro Tools, via this Yamaha TF5 mixer. This is a very high-grade piece of equipment. It took a while for me to figure it out, but I really do love it dearly now. And that's it, Sunday the 31st of October 2021. It's Halloween, so I'm going to finish the video with an example of some of the type of music that I can make on these machines. Stay healthy, thanks for watching, and don't get too frightened. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.